blue
Burn X
correctly.
Flash
Is
versus
Burn X
Blacklist.
Flash going to prioritize going blue? Is Fredrin that much of a threat? Indeed it is! Coach Mitch and Coach Skyzy want to get their hands on the appraiser himself. Estes, Diggy, and Joy taken out this time around.
They have to go for the Joy
is as big a
instead.
threat as the Queen.
Yeah, but do you think it's the Fredrin or the Navaria more important
Eventually
here
they
as the
found out,
first
okay,
pick?
we run away with the Joy.
I mean, they could either get either or.
Joy counter as the glue in the previous games might not happen once again.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
what I'm
think
saying.
As Burn X Flash, hero.
Technically speaking, we have seen the
one.
pattern, right? It's just going to be back and forth, and the losers will take side. If Burn X Flash manages to win with this
Picked up the
pick,
Fredrin.
Blacklist
Wow.
International gets to choose in Game 5
Navaria
that they want
Valentina.
to be in the first pick.
Nova Val.
Nova Val, I think.
It should be. It should
No,
be.
Navaria for
Nova
sure.
and Val.
Valentina maybe they third pick it and maybe pick up Arlet. So maybe Arlet, Navaria for Blacklist. But between those three heroes, there's really not much that they will change up.
Yep, and I think if I read the situation right, glue is also just as important for Burn X Flash. There's the Navaria.
There's Navarro.
Will they wait for the Val? Are they going to pull the trigger here?
Akai.
Akai.
Yep.
They want to immediately snag that Akai up before Burn X Flash eventually bans that up.
Akai?
They want to ensure that they still
And they
have
let-
that tough front line.
I guess they
So
don't
why
want to
is
deal
it
with the Valentina though.
I think you will still pick up. I think Valentina's value now is so much greater for Burn X Flash.
I definitely feel like the,
You get
the
the heavy
Valentina is
spin.
definitely
You
where you should
counter
go.
the Wise's heavy spin with your own. That means that Chima on the Fredrin will have a free pass to those neutral objectives.
And let's not forget about the fact that if the Valentina is picked up by Burn X Flash, then the Astral Echo will help with the Appraiser's Wrath.
That's also
a
true.
small AoE to make it even more impactful.
Oh, immediately. Natalia
We got the
against
Natalia!
And
Yo, we
you know
wanted
why
to
they
see it
have the
last
pass for
game.
this? Because they know that the backshot would not be picked up. Now, what do you pick for Oh My Venus in this scenario? You still have the Theramis. Pick up. Leslie's not an option. Maybe you just go back to Beatrix here for Owl. Or maybe a Brody.
Is a safe pick. Brody as well, but do they want to just pick up a Rafaela? I don't think so. I don't think so
That's
in the
a
first
classic.
phase, but it could come out in the second phase, right? Because up against Natalia, once again, you can just open up the map freely on the Rafaela, providing support and good mobility to the team as well. Brody.
Honestly, Minotaur is not that much, not that bad of an option for Blacklist International, so that may be banned out as well from Burn X Flash. I don't know if is anybody else like picking up the
Give me a
picking up
target.
the
Raph?
Hylos and,
I mean, Raph would be a good
I don't
go.
think so. Not
Among
for a
the
long
players
time.
exists
I would love to
the
see Hylos, not gonna lie.
We've slowed down on debut picks.
Okay, all right, very well. Thank you so much, Leo, for grounding us once again.
I want to see it. I want to see it. But just the same, when it's down the
how
wire
much
like
you want
this,
to bet we're going to be seeing
I'm
more
not so sure how
Leslies
willing
out here?
Coach Mitch and Skyzy are.
Yeah. You always look for vision if you're going up against Natalia. Navaria is there, but Navaria is an easy, it's food, I would say, for the Natalia.
Honestly, speaking about vision,
only
I thought that they
game
would have
one,
went for
bro.
a Leslie.
So I had to
since they
order
want
some.
the vision. But either way, Shema on the home ground advantage. He says,
It's
yeah,
gonna be
I think
crazy.
the fans are like power for us to play here because this is our home. Just like the buff, they are the buff.
Yep. By the way, Faramis is still open for Blacklist International. Yes,
Let's
it's
play with
open.
As a
Roam
roamer.
As a
Bear,
roamer,
man.
that's
Or
right.
even as you can switch it up even.
Yep. It's actually decent going up against Natalia because at least you have vision. And also because of the fact that when you pop your ultimate, the Natalia is going to be put in an awkward spot wherein he cannot burst down heroes.
Yep.
It's very important to cancel that combo from the Natalia, so that could be an option for Blacklist. They pick Lapu-Lapu? Wow!
One of the comforts.
I thought that it will be Burn X Flash eventually to take it out. This is a very smart move from Blacklist
You go to
International.
YouTube and they're like exclamation
I
point
love
gamble.
it.
Oh crap! This
Great
ain't.
pick here to deny
This ain't a stream. I'm just trying to Google search.
Arlet, Joy, Glue, banned
Oh,
away.
let's go Esmeralda, please, Burn X Flash.
Esmeralda?
That's the way to go.
Esmeralda.
and the Akai.
They can or they can pivot.
I really don't
This is like
imagine,
literally-
I can't imagine them going for the
Yuzong?
Esmeralda here.
What about a Uranus?
Uranus.
That's also good.
Yuzong could be, but I feel like they
Dive
need
into
a
the
little
back
bit
and
more
dive into
tanky.
Navari and
Like,
Brody.
Find the
but
Navari,
they
find
also need
Brody.
damage, so
Yeah,
like they
again,
need a
Ripple
little bit of
mentioned
tank, a little bit
the
of
Brody's
damage.
okay.
Brody's okay.
More or less of a follow-up, but do they need that
Picking
follow-up
up
from
the
the side of
claw
Frozen?
again.
The answer is yes for them. They
What?
want to pick that out.
Yep.
I guess
They've
they just
gone
want
for the
all
quad as well
damage
for
instead of
all that
tanky. They don't want
jump style.
survivability.
They are
They
able to
just
play for
want
a team fight. They can go
They
all
want
the way to the back
secure
lines.
ability.
They want to bring down Brody and the Navaria.
Jump Style is a Brazilian MLBB
Yeah.
pro player. But yes, they want to dive in. This is a very dive-heavy comp coming in from Burnish Flash. But now, balls in the other court.
Lolita, perhaps?
It's
What
up
about
to
Matilda?
Matilda in this game.
Matilda.
With the
Hilda.
Akai as well?
Yeah, there's a lot of vision.
Look at it.
I do like
Venus's
it.
hands are
I
sweating.
do like it. There's a lot of setup.
Actually, I do like it as well. Being
This-
able
this-
to guiding win yourself out of the out of reach of the Natalia.
This could be a treat.
Yeah.
Coming in just to close up the series.
like
Another
that.
debut pick.
What? Okay.
Agra.
It
Debut
is
pick
a
just
debut
as well.
Yep.
Just as well. Wow, Omaivin is so comfortable on the Novaria in Rome this time. And yeah, you is gonna be
It's like the
playing
first Kagura we've ever seen.
It's a way for you to burst down the Natalia. It's a one-shot combo as well. And even if you get silenced, you just have to wait for a little bit. You retract your umbrella, you have shields, and then you pop your Yin Yang overturn, you're gonna be A-okay.
Here we go, folks. One more game. And just as close as Blacklist is to that grand finals, the Cambodian crowd fires up even more. They know that dire straits are coming. They know that this is inevitable. They know that they're underdogs going up against the powerhouse that is Blacklist International as we head into the Land of Dawn. Potentially the last game in this series. Potentially Burnex Flash's last chance to once more reset and make it to Game 5.
Is it a game 5? It'll all be decided here in the Land of Dawn for game number 4 between Burn Act Flash versus Blacklist International. Who is in match
Welcome
point?
to Mobile Legends.
Oh, okay, so if you look at Burnex Flash, for them to win it back, Chimastu set up, as well as CCAT, but D7, the power pick on the Natalia, first phase for Burnex Flash, is it enough?
So right off the bat, we're looking at Blacklist International with the mage heading down to the bottom lane. This is the initial rotation that we have seen, and this is what they would do in order to get all 4 of them level 4.
Yeah, I'm sorry to nerd out here, but I was thinking that Natalia can do that. Look at the invade that he's doing. He's gonna disrupt Wise's jungle pattern.
His jungle pattern is mostly going down, going from the orange down to the purple. So this is mostly going down to the southern side. But once that is done, he'll eventually make his way to the northern side, and that is where he will
what
be able to get
fucking
his level
speed.
4. Otherwise, he will need to wait a little bit more time before he can eventually get that.
So good. I mean, they did not pick the Natalia just for the sake of countering the Novaria. They actually have a plan against Blacklist.
I mean, they also found and knew that, yes, Wise is doing this from top to bottom,
Is that a
just from the
Petri-
single
a
jungle
Petrify
creep
waste?
that is
It
available, that is
was.
closest to the first tier defense turret in the middle.
Why did they petrify
information
Wise
is
so
out there.
No heavy
early?
spin anymore. But
I
still
guess
no
that maybe
Petrify
bait out
for,
the heavy
ATM still.
spin?
Massive ultimate that's not available for Blacklist.
If Chima chooses a time to, pop off with his red tree, now is the best time to do so. Blacklist with match point, they need it. This is the last hope for the Cambodians.
It is all about disciplined play from the side of Blacklist International. It's either they would want to keep the Natalia in the main team fights and use Novaria as this bait, or do they just want to find a way to unlock Brody? That is the big question. In the meantime, ATM.
Well, Wise wins it with the 50-50. Chima is going to be bursted down, but a yin-yang overturn as well. ATM still surviving. Venus not able to connect right there. CCAT steals it with a heavy spin to disengage. D7 unable to find an opening in that skirmish.
First total going down to Blacklist International.
D7's like
You see,
trying to
Edward
get
just
something.
knows his job so well. The reason why Wise was able to win the 50-50 is without the heavy spin is because of Edward. The stun connects. And he knows that Chima will eventually be showing himself. Didn't even have to use the flicker for that play. That is how good Edward was.
Let's see what they do here in the second minute of the game. What does Burning Flash need to find at this point, at this stage, to turn it around?
I really want to
Blacklist,
play the
now
new
with Kagura,
mage
with a
now.
Brody, with a Lapu. The snowball potential is massive.
I really like to see this Lapu in the hands of
insane.
Edwin. So
Like, look at
far,
the
it was
speed,
always
man.
just joy and
His
trying to get himself the
roam,
priority
too.
and such. But this time, with the Lapu, you're playing things a little bit safer. You're not trying to win in the
amount
lane.
of times
You
that we're
just want to
seeing
play safe
Varia
and
come out as
eventually
a
get to
roam
where you are.
with
Especially
Blacklist.
since you're fighting against a Yu Zhong here. Let's remember that.
Yin Yang overturn, the bravest
Mind-blowing.
fighter there. A few more hits under the turret, a clean dive from Blacklist International. Jamal looks for a trade, but is unable to find anything.
He
here.
whiffed it and
Uses
used the
retribution.
retry.
It's a slow. That is it.
No, it's not advisable for him to stay in here. They need to give the farm to Yu Zhong. And already Blacklist International.
Burnex
are
Slash
leading by
look really
1,000
good.
gold.
It feels
That's
like they're running
All
out
of those
of
mini
like,
moves that
plays.
Blacklist International have been able to do allows them to get a massive lead with just a 2-0. You see, Wise utilize the heavy spin just to take out and steal that orange buff. That was a massive play for Blacklist, and now they have so much of an
Yeah.
opening in the early stages.
They're like
Also, how much of a lead
they're making
does
more
Edward
mistakes
have
than they
on
were in the
top
very
of
first
ATM?
one.
Because I'm pretty sure
I
that
mean, they made
an
a
entire
crucial
grid
mistake
wave
in the
is pretty much
first one.
missed
They're
out
making
from
a lot of
ATM.
mistakes.
So,
Burnex Slash making a
it
lot
could
of
pretty
mistakes.
much translate to a single $600 item.
600 gold.
600 gold. Yes. Oh, really? 600 gold. Okay.
Oh, heavy spin responded over by heavy spin. Jamal walks up, but he still misses the rectory. It's Wise who picks it up, staying composed as ever.
ATM coming in
with a Black Dragon
late.
form. He shouldn't be able to do anything. Meanwhile, Owl picking up the turret plating in the bottom lane, getting so much gold for himself and snowballing, pushing it even further.
I don't know about this, but for the side of Burnex Flash, they have been reacting more
Owl's
than
gonna pay for it this time.
expecting.
Yeah.
Oh, but he did.
Oh, Wise is just so good at the jungle.
Oh my god.
DMI gets him out. D7 with a few damage hits onto UM, but Wise will not be able to steal away the orange buff this
Man,
time.
they're just
Jamal
not able to
forced
do
red
anything
tree.
with this
A
Natalia.
lot of movements from the side of Blacklist International. They would want to even get themselves to
Natalia hasn't
proxy
even got
down to the
one
southern
kill
side.
yet.
They want to push this all the way through. Give Owl all of that gold, give him all of the farm and just funnel everything else out.
Though.
It's unfortunate though, the torn apart memory didn't quite work out for them, but Wise,
Pinned down. Yin Yang overturned from Yue to pick the kill up. Blacklist just rolling in this game. 2.6 thousand gold lead. No stopping Blacklist for now.
that's a free turret down at the bottom lane. So it only makes sense for ATM to try to go for a counter. It wants to find the counter value all the way up to the top lane.
Wise is playing the side of the jungle that should belong to Burnex Flash.
It's like vertical jungling, isn't it?
Vertical jungling. Not even just vertical jungling. It's like literally just taking everything that he wanted.
It's a square jungle. He
It's a
takes the
square
whole
jungle.
Jungle. No, the entire jungle is
It's
just
entire
his.
jungle. It's just
right?
his map. Wise has just owned this game. And by the way, this is not the first time. I think all 4 games that we saw this game, Wise was just phenomenal. Even in the game that they lost, as the Baksha, he was 3-0-3 in the first 5 minutes. That's how active he was. And now he's 2-0 or 0-0-2. I mean, out of the 3 kills that they have in the first 6 minutes, leading by a lot when it comes to AXP. He's level 9 while Chimaz is level 8.
With the turtle spawned up, the entirety of Blacklist International wants to get themselves the turtle priority. They're hanging around the riverbed and they're just waiting for the perfect time. Opening up all these brushes. Oh my Venus, even with the Astro Echo. He did manage to find one, but Burnex Flash, it seems like they understood where they stand. They understood that they cannot possibly take this away from the hands of Wise. Otherwise, the gap widens.
3 turtles. The gap is as wide as it can be for Blacklist in the 7th minute of the game. Owl is also snowballed. D7's trying to get some vision here, but he's actually going to be read out by Venus. Some damage placed down, but D7 caught in a bad spot. Now Owl as well. This should just be a free kill over. There's nowhere to run. D7 has been taken out.
I don't know about this. This Natalia play is very different from what we have seen against the RSG. They haven't really been producing much results.
Yeah, well, this is because it was a 3rd pick, Natalia. And all they had to do was to pick up Lapu Lapu. Lapu Lapu, not gonna be concerned. Has a ton of armor or physical damage defense. You have the Brody that's unparted by the Natalia.
Probably just tunnel vision onto just bringing Oh My Venus down. That's just how much respect that they have for Oh My Venus's the Novaria.
Blue team turret has
All
been
they
destroyed.
to get it.
That's why I felt like the like ATM's Yuzhong might not be the case. Because the thing with Natalia, if you want to pick up the Natalia, somebody has to stay in lane. Yuzhong don't want to do that. You want a team fight afterwards, right? You want to get a kill. You need something like a sustain. Like, yeah, Uranus, your Esmeralda, perhaps the Joy at a certain point. Heroes that stay in lane. So that everybody else will be busy, you'll have your shot at clearing out some, getting a
Blacklist is
getting a pick off, perhaps.
But D7 wanders around. He's trying to look for these small little opportunities that is presented to him. Now, even if they have the Natalia, they don't have the control of the river. He can kill, technically speaking, once he has got an item and once they have got return lead, right? They should be able to get himself the kill onto the Kagura, being one of the biggest problems in the team. Look at it, what can he do to D7?
Well, he can burst him down as
Natalia
right
is just...
now. Don't think D7 has enough
The
resources
Kagura is
to do
just good
anything
at
against the
checking
backline of
bushes,
Blacklist
so I
International,
feel like that's
ATM
why they went
really
after
deep in
it.
enemy territory right now, using
They're also able to
What is
he
he
practically
doing?
isolates himself. The Petrify comes through. ATM doing some damage. CCat with a flicker.
But there's no one else there to do anything.
No one was there to follow it up. CCat burned his flicker for nothing. D7 is looking for a trade back.
Natalia just doesn't have an
Is already
opportunity.
gone.
Isn't this exactly what Leo has said? Where we are expecting and we are seeing but X-Flash starting to, get a little bit of a communication.
Whoa, there we go.
There's one
Finally
back.
able to
Burn
make a
finally
play.
on the board.
But is it
Looking
too
for an opening
late?
here
9
onto
minutes
the board,
in.
But it does seems like
Green
Blacklist
Lord.
International should be able to take this
That's what I'm
4-3.
saying.
No contest
Lord.
whatsoever. Burn put their resources
They're
up
going to be able to
top.
take up that
You
top
don't
third.
have-
Oh, maybe
Isn't
not.
even able to
Why
go
did he
for a
back
trade.
out?
It's Blacklist with a free.
They're going to take it?
Blacklist is just keeping to their code. They're just playing their average game. It's like as though
Well,
they
just got
never
angry.
lost a single game.
Interesting.
That is a big thing.
I
The
remain
fact that
very,
Blacklist
very
International
fucking
lost to
angry.
Burn X Flash for game number 2, I would have thought that it would have affected them. But it didn't. They're still calm, they're still composed, and they're still
I think
disciplined.
D7's trying to get the Natalia. Or not the
Trying
Natalia.
to buy some time.
Get
Trying
an
to open up
owl.
some space. Owl. Oh, turn apart memory. Does it get him? No.
Oh,
Chama is
yo,
able
but they
to
found
escape.
Natalia.
Barely almost gets him.
Did Natalia get hit by the Astral Echo? No, he didn't.
Blue team
Utilize
turret
it.
has been destroyed.
All the same, you can see Blacklist International just owning the map. Wise taking away the buff once again. Utilizing the Lord so that the lanes will naturally push. And then they will take out the mid lane turret. Gonna be moving into the middle. It's gonna be difficult for Burn X Flash to defend.
This is a it feels very much of a front to back from the side of Burn X Flash, right? The way that they have played. They want to target over to the back lines, but in the meantime, they just doesn't seem like they have the confidence to do so. They probably understood that if they were to jump into the back lines, the entirety of Blacklist just crumbles and collapses on them.
Yo.
Shouldn't that be the value that we should be looking out for? Try to find a couple of trades, like between ATM for someone else. That's the death should make sense.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they decided to go for this Yuzhong and they
I feel
haven't
like it's
been
just
utilizing
Blacklist.
it.
Like, I mean,
Like
Burn X
what
Flash
they
had
did
their
in game number
chance. If
3
they would have
where
won
the
that
real world
first game,
manipulation just
I feel like they would have been
Doesn't really connect.
maybe not as
to-
demoralized
to
as they are right
to
now.
benefit the
But
Burn X Flash members. This time
Natalia,
they're not team fighting.
good-ish pick, but
losing
no
this
one
game.
else on the team
Yeah.
has
It's like they're
any
running out of
kills.
charcoal,
Like,
coal, rather.
For sure.
And it's just not pumping.
Without didn't spot D7.
Can they
there, but
not
finally
kill
does
Owl?
now. Skill
Oh,
2
they
in
don't
front.
want
First
it.
skill. That's the
He's
ultimate.
dead. He's dead.
Smoke screen for D7.
He's
Wise
dead.
goes
Oh!
down. Cat isn't in time. Getting
He's
overtime.
dead.
Oh, barely connects. Venus almost just took CCat down.
He's
Absolutely
dead.
uncharacteristic to see a marksman chasing after an assassin.
ATM now with the Black Dragon form. Owl winning the nature with a wind chant. Pop able to escape. No heavy spin this time for Blacklist International as Donut is still clearing it out in the mid lane.
And
We still have 30 seconds left
Yeah,
until the Lord comes out.
yeah, but then again, there's really no team fight for the side of Burn X Flash.
I mean, we're looking at a 6,000 goal lead in favor for Blacklist International. What kind of possibility can Burn X Flash look out for? Because they do have Natalia. They
Yep.
can find trades.
Maybe, but they will have to wait for Donut to reach maximum items. I don't think if you place this correctly, you will not be bursted out by the. I mean, by this Yin Yang overturn perhaps, or maybe by Owl. Then rely on D7 at this point, ATM is just a starter for teamfights. He's not going to be able to find the opening in the backlines.
I understand that they would want to extend this game for a little while longer in order for Donut to eventually get to the power of spike
That's
that they
the
want.
only option here.
And D7 can eventually get there as well, because once the D7 has got the item that you want, Owl is more or less dead. It's actually not just Owl. Oh, my Venus will be dead, Yue will be dead, but Next Flash would have a 1-for-1 trade no matter how it is going to be like.
But as it stands, they cannot teamfight at all.
They can't, yeah, they can't. So in the mid stages of the game, that is the missing link that we're looking at, isn't it?
Yeah. Perhaps, yes.
Oh, Raven Spider, D7's going to be caught in the stun as well with the flicker. Solo kill from Agent Zero.
Next
You can't
slash.
do that against Lapu. Natalia versus Lapu, that's gonna spell doom. So much armor, so much physical defense. And really no way for Natalia to win against
Donut's going to be shut down. Yue with the yin yang overturn.
Let's not forget the Astral Echo. The debuff was on him as well. All right? The Yin Yang overturn damage was insane.
Yeah.
But the question is, what was he doing?
8.5k gold lead. Blacklist just knows how to learn in a depth.
Now they will suffer from that kind
The
of
Natalia pick was
14
ballsy.
minutes. Might lose an inhibitor because of this.
I mean,
10,000 gold lead
they were able
for
to.
Blacklist
It was such a great
International.
counter
Marching
picking the
down,
Kagura.
sieging the base, not giving any mercy. ACM with the Furious Dive. Bedford going to be able to cancel it out. With the Brave Spider, anti-CC. Venus is looking for the Astral Sphere, but they will just utilize the Enhanced Lord still in that top lane. Gonna be crashing down. Chuma isolated from the team. Now brought back with a heavy spin. D7 in the back line. Trying to dive, but it's gonna be Yue again. Able to lock him down. Donut with a blazing duet in desperation, but ATM will fall to Agent Zero.
The Lord's just beating the
on
base
the
now.
base. Burn
It's
and
GGs.
Flash falling one by one. The embers
GGs.
and the flames have been
GGs.
extinguished. Blacklist International have knocked the Cambodians out.
The first team that has made their
Let's
way
go!
up and climbing it all through to the grand finals.
Blacklist.
Blacklist International. Ladies and gentlemen, bear witness.
Finals bound
Another
again.
grand
1-3
finals.
Blacklist.
For the VY stand, I mean, the entirety of Blacklist International, and they did it in style.